Could you give us an introduction to who you are and what your company does?
Yes, hello, I'm Ray Thompson and I'm Business Development Manager for Siemens Wind Power in the UK. Siemens obviously is a very large industrial group covering the whole of the energy sector. I work in the wind business and we're one of the largest companies in offshore wind and certainly the leading one in the UK offshore market.
And could you introduce us to what your latest wind turbine technology is?
Well, Siemens is involved right now in installing around 7 offshore wind projects in the UK. But one of the things that we're interested in this exhibition for is to show development of our next generation of turbines. So this is a 6 megawatt direct drive design, so very much a kind of new technology area. And we very much see this as being the main product for the UK's Round 3 project, which is the next big wave of even bigger wind farm projects even further from shore.
What would you say was particularly unique about not only the design but the application?
Offshore wind is really driven by one thing right now, and that's reducing the levelised cost of energy. So that's the cost of producing that energy. So we're very focused on making a turbine that maximises the available energy. So turbines are getting much bigger in scale because it's cheaper to install a much bigger turbine on a single foundation and cable. But we're also very much looking for high reliability and availability to really bring up the yield and the output from the wind turbines and keep down the maintenance cost through life, because obviously as we go further from shore into deeper waters, those reliability issues and the cost of maintaining failures is really a key part of this. So it's all about the through life cost of energy.
And have these new designs included new types of foundations?
Normally our scope of supply is actually the turbines and down to the towers, so we're kind of watching with interest what happens. There is a lot of innovation in the foundation area, and as we move to deep water we will see more of the kind of jacket structures that have been used in oil and gas. So it's an area that we're interested in, but we don't manufacture foundations ourselves.
And so could you tell us where your main markets are for your turbines at the present?
Yes, Siemens Wind is essentially a Danish company, and that's where we started in wind, going back a long way. But the biggest market on the horizon going forward is the UK. The government and Crown Estate has done a good job of positioning the UK as the most attractive market in the world. So that's very much our focus. But behind that, Germany, Denmark, and other European countries starting to develop, a little slower in Asia and the US, although we do expect them to kind of catch up over time. But right now the UK really is the place to be.
Fantastic. And where do you see wind turbine technology in the next 5 or 10 years?
I think we're already sort of at the stage of prototyping machines that we'll be installing in 5 or 10 years, so I don't think there'll be a huge change. I'd expect most of the machines will still look as they do today, with the kind of 3-bladed upwinded design. We certainly don't, I think, believe that there's a radical change there. But while they look the same, there's a lot of interest in innovation in different drivetrains and different designs. Our machine is a direct drive machine, so it gets rid of the gearbox that's been a kind of source of failures on previous projects. But other manufacturers are looking at modified gearbox designs or even hydraulically linked designs. So there's actually quite a lot of innovation going on inside the machines, but they still look pretty much the same on the outside.
Thank you very much.